The Powerful Opponent campaign in Dragon Ball Legends ends with the release of Lord Slug's Zenkai Awakening. Or so we thought, because not only does the Powerful Opponent campaign not end for another month, but at the end of the video we received last night, we got a hint at a potential 6th unit that we'll be getting as a part of that campaign, with the potential color scheme of green and red. Now, of course, there are a few characters that we can speculate that fit that mold, but I did want to know the community's thoughts on that scenario. So I asked on Twitter, Dragon Ball Legends community talk to me, with the end of the latest Powerful Opponent campaign video hinting at a 6th new unit, potentially a Powerful Opponent unit with a green and red color scheme. Who do you think the new unit will be? Might use this for a video. And as you can see below, the GIF shows the end of both the Japanese and the English videos that says a new threat draws ever closer, with it turning green to red. So we're gonna check out some of the responses, because as usual, there were a lot of them. We have Sip and Coco here saying, spoiler tag just in case, but they're suggesting Cell Max. Now, Cell Max actually fits that mold perfectly, like to the T, right? And I say that because, I mean, one, as you can clearly see on the screen, he's green and red. And two, when Cell Max was activated, he was actually completely green. And then afterwards, he started turning red in certain areas of his body, as you can clearly see on the screen. So Cell Max makes sense, right? On paper. I want to make that very clear. Cell Max fits the mold because, of course, he would definitely be Powerful Opponent. He's literally modeled after Cell, so I would assume that'd also be androids, and he'd also be regen, right? It makes, oh, and of course, the movies. It makes sense. The issue is Cell Max is a giant character, and because of that, by default, there's no way to make him work unless he's integrated in somebody else's kit, much like Tapion and Hirudegarn, right? Or even LF Grade 8 Vegeta, for example, as well. So I don't see this unit being an individual character. And it's unfortunate because it would be cool to have him as an individual character, but there's no current way in the game to play as those characters. And also, I significantly doubt that they're going to zoom the camera even further back in order for us to play as giant characters. I mean, they could, who knows? But as of right now, I just don't see that happening whatsoever. I mean, it'll be cool maybe to like fight him in an event or something, right? Because for an event, you don't really have to mess with too much, right? And if it's kind of like a one-off thing, then it's possible. But as far as us obtaining him as a unit, I don't see it happening unless they tie him with a unit, right? Now, thinking logically, I would say that would probably be tied with either Gamma 1 and 2, right? But the issue is Gamma 1 and 2 fought Cell Max. They never worked with Cell Max. So I don't know how they would ever make that work. I mean, heck, unless we get like Magenta as like a character or something like that, which would be really, really weird. But yeah, Cell Max fits the mold perfectly, but the only thing holding him back from actually being the unit is the fact that he's a giant character. This one's just a bold one, but we have Red Dude 64 saying, likely no, but God, I love to see Toa or Mira, or maybe they could be a swap unit. Dragon Ball Legends needs some Xenoverse characters already, IMO. So, I mean, obviously, there is zero possible way it's going to be Toa or Mira. Literally, their color schemes do not match green or red whatsoever, right? But just indulging this for a bit though, it would be cool to see Toa and Mira get into the game, right? Like they would both, well, Toa would definitely be, actually no, I don't know, Toa would be a Powerful Opponent. Mira for sure would definitely be a Powerful Opponent. Toa not so much. I mean, they could consider her Powerful Opponent as well, I guess, because I mean she does work with Mira, but yeah, like I don't see it being those two at all. It would definitely be cool to see some Xenoverse units get added into Legends already, because we already have Fighters units, we have Kakarot units, and heck, even Shallot himself crossed over into another game. He's finally in Heroes. I even have the Shallot card for Heroes, right? So it would be cool to see some Xenoverse characters cross over into Legends, like Toa, Mira, even Fuel would be fire, Supreme Kai of Time, Time Patroller Trunks, stuff like that, right? But I mean, the game's been out for 4.5 years, or almost 4.5 years. And we haven't seen any of those characters cross over yet, which I think is wild entirely. But I think that it's time that we start getting some of those characters in Legends. It'll be a way to mix it up for banners as well, because we're at the point now where apart from superhero, we're gonna start getting recycled characters. So to mix it up a bit, start adding new stuff. Add some Xenoverse characters, add some Heroes characters, add something new, because again, there's only so many times that you can have fusions for anniversaries before it gets stale. I mean, 4th anniversary finally wasn't, you know, a fusion. Actually, well, it technically was with Ultra Vegito, but I mean, the main headliner for the 4th anniversary was UI Goku. So I don't know, man. Like, it would be nice to see Xenoverse characters in Legends already. We have anime, is it Weeble or anime Weeb? Oh, anyway, they said, judging off the color of the text and the smoke, it looks awfully similar to when Cell Max was shown. But I could see Bio or Z Broly making an appearance, as well as Bojack, but his red unit still gets used. Okay, so there's actually a lot to break down because I actually have a decent amount of opinions on all this. So I've already given my opinions on Cell Max. Bio Broly, look, bro, look, and if the Dragon Ball Legends devs ever, for whatever reason, come across this video, I want y'all to listen very carefully. For the love of everything that is holy and beyond, do not ever try to put Bio Broly in any game, including Legends. Please know that movie was terrible. The character was not hype. Like, literally the best part of that movie was the end. That was it. Please do not add Bio Broly into this game. I would not. Look, I summon on every banner. I would purposefully not summon on that banner. I don't care how good they make Bio Broly. I would not do it. I would not be excited for that unit at all. Now, Z Broly is a different story. Now, Z Broly is a character that a lot of people wanted to see get either an LF or an Ultra, which I'm completely down for either or, right? And honestly speaking, it was between him and Cooler for the next LF, and of course, we ended up getting Cooler, which that unit is fantastic. So for an Ultra unit, I would actually love to see it be Z Broly, right? But it also, like, I would love to see it be Z Broly from the first movie specifically, because we all know what that intro is going to be. It's when he turns from Super Saiyan to Legendary Super Saiyan. But I would much rather see an LF, honestly, because I still think it's wild that, you know, Broly, right? Like, dude who bodied all the Z fighters doesn't have one yet. Now, granted, we literally just got an LF unit, right? And the powerful opponent campaign ends in the mid of October. So, I mean, I guess in truth, if they wanted to give us another LF, they could, right? But it would be around 3 months since we got the last Ultra, which was, of course, Vegito. So it is in that time frame to get a new Ultra. So he's kind of in that limbo, right? So if it was an LF, then I would say it would more than likely be Broly from the second movie, right? It's the only thing that makes sense. If he's an Ultra, it will be Broly from the first movie. I think those are the ones that make the most sense. And also, Bojack is definitely a good option as well, because, you know, he has like orangish red hair, and of course his body is green. The reason why I don't think it's Bojack is because there's no way in the world that they would hype up Bojack and not include Gohan. It's just not happening at all, right? Like, if there's Bojack, there has to be Gohan, who has to be better than that unit, or at least on par, right? So seeing that it's more than likely not gonna happen, right? Because it will be weird. I really don't think Bojack would be that unit. Oh, and also to add a bit more weight onto Broly as well, we did just get a Zenkai for, you know, the Shoryuken Goku. So that could hint towards Broly. Like, it gives it more weight, right? But of course, like, they could obviously like completely just throw us all off and just give us whatever, right? Like, it could be Bojack for all we know. But I will say that as of right now, Broly actually does hold a lot of weight just because Goku got that Zenkai Awakening. My boy Ryuden, this is Young Cover Change Nullification, alright? This is Dragon Fist right here, alright? My boy said, seeing as how this unit will be the last type thing before Legends Fest, it strongly points towards a Broly. Yeah, I know another Saiyan is not ideal, but who else would it be to get your Chrono Crystals? He's spitting facts. He's definitely spitting facts. Because let's be honest. Like, and this has been shown time and time again. So we have like actual like stats to back this up, right? When it comes down to Saiyan units, especially prevalent ones, they always go crazy on banners, right? Broly, Vegito, Gogeta, Goku, like Super Saiyan Blue, whatever the case may be, or even fusions, just whatever the case may be. If it's a prevalent character, it's gonna go crazy. And people like Z Broly as well. Like, I mean, they may not like the backstory of Z Broly, and I understand all that, but just like his sheer ruthlessness and how like insane he was popping off on everybody when he was fighting them. Like, he was going crazy and made it seem like it was child's play, right? And because of that, a lot of people like that character. Like, he was like one of like the big movie characters that has to be in like every Dragon Ball game for many years. So it makes sense that if they were to add Broly, again, I've already given my initial thoughts on Broly, of course, but just like going towards like why it would be a good choice, it makes sense. People would be hyped for Z Broly. People have already stated on Twitter or even on any social media that I've seen so far that having a Z Broly as an LF unit or an Ultra unit would be fire, right? So we know for a fact people would summon on that banner. So if it was Broly, that would be Flames. And again, that would be a pretty cool unit to include before Legends Festival, because again, if we're getting that unit before Legends Festival, then Legends Festival has to go insane. Oh my god. And then literally right under Ryuden is Goresh, and he's just bruh. You know what's crazy, Goresh? You could have said Demon King Piccolo and like came up with something, right? Like Demon King Piccolo, he's green, and like, you know, like his symbol on his chest, like the ring around it is red, you know what I'm saying? Or something. But you picked God. You had one job. Why? We have Mankey World saying we need a good Janemba, maybe as an Ultra unit would be sick. Now, as much as I agree, right? Because let's be honest, like the Janemba units we have in the game lasted what, like a total of like 5 seconds combined. But as cool as that would be, we obviously know this is not gonna happen. Like, does he fit powerful opponent? Absolutely. He would also be on Sagas from the movies, which would also be pretty cool. But Janemba is literally only red, right? There's no green on Janemba whatsoever. So yeah, I don't see that happening. But if they were to give us a new Janemba, I would actually be okay with that. As an LF or an Ultra though, not so much. Because I mean, Lightning Shower Rain is Janemba's signature technique, and it's a cool move. It's very cool. It's actually one of my favorite moves. But for an LF, I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, even at that, like they could, like if they were to go with an LF, no, yeah, I would say like if it's an LF, it would probably be like Rakshasa's Claw into like Lightning Shower Rain or something like that. But I don't think Janemba is really LF worthy, honestly. Cool character. He's actually one of my favorite villains as well. But I don't think he's LF worthy, and even at that, he doesn't even fit the color scheme. He's only red. So, yeah. I mean, I'd be down for it, but I don't see that happening for this campaign specifically. Ooh, this one is actually a pretty good one. Now, I mean, I have no idea how to say your name. I am sorry. Is it like Ioamanthe? Like, I probably butchered your name, and I apologize. But they said, I hope it's Hatchiyack. That is actually a very, very good prediction. And I say that because not only does Hatchiyack also fit that mold perfectly, like literally just as perfectly as Cell Max, but Hatchiyack is a big character, not a giant character, which means that he could absolutely be put in the game. It would make complete sense, right? So I would actually be down for that. Like Hatchiyack, I personally believe is a cool character. If you guys haven't, you know, seen or known about Hatchiyack, he was primarily introduced to a lot of people in the West due to Raging Blast 2. They included his entire movie in the game itself, and that was the way how you unlocked Hatchiyack. But also, in the movie, he is a machine, right? He's a machine that is fueled by the hatred of the Tuffles to go after Saiyans, right? And when he's transforming from a machine to like an actual being, it forms a green light, and within that green light, he forms as you start to see red come out from the green light itself. So that would actually also fit that mold. Well, and also apart from him actually having green and red on his body. So that would also be pretty interesting. And not only that, with LF Cooler releasing, adding Hatchiyack on top of that would also be another movies buff as well. So that would be pretty dope to see. Actually, and you know what? That would also be either something against Saiyans or Super Saiyans as well. So, wow, that actually holds a lot of weight. And I don't think that he would ever be an Ultra unit by any means. An LF unit is actually possible with Revenge Cannon, but I don't know. Like, it would be Hatchiyack's first time being in a 3D Dragon Ball game outside of Raging Blast 2 and excluding Heroes, because again, Heroes has everybody ever, right? Hatchiyack's main game that he was first introduced in was Raging Blast 2. They literally promoted him as the main unit, and of course, the reason why I'm excluding Heroes is because Heroes has everybody, right? And of course, I do know that, actually, no, I made a mistake, because, no, never mind. I was thinking Fusions for some reason, but no, Hatchiyack is not in that game. So, yeah, this would be the next Dragon Ball game that he's released in, 3D Dragon Ball game that he's released in, excluding Heroes, since Raging Blast 2. So, that would be pretty interesting, but I would actually be down for that. Like, Hatchiyack is a character that I do want to see in Legends, and it's actually kind of wild that he hasn't been included yet. But you could also consider him a Raging Blast 2, like, exclusive character, much like, you know, Android 21 is to, like, you know, fighters, or Shallot is to, you know, Legends, stuff like that. So I don't know. It is a very good option, and it is entirely plausible because he's a big character, not a giant character. But will they do it? Who knows? All I know is if they do add Hatchiyack, I would be happy because I like the character. He would definitely be powerful against Saiyans because that's literally the entire point of his existence. And also, he would probably work very, very well with Cooler on Saga Story movies. If not that, then probably just put him on Powerful Opponent. Whatever element factor they want to put him as, they can do that, apart from Red, because, again, Cooler's there. Actually, no, I would say definitely not Red, definitely not Yellow. But any other element factor they want to try, they could probably go for. And also, since he's a machine, no, he wouldn't count as Android. Like, he's a machine, but, like, even Metal Cooler doesn't count as androids. So, yeah, I don't know, but Hatchiyack is definitely a good suggestion and actually holds a lot of weight as well. And honestly, a lot of people seem to be like-minded with 4 particular units, which is Z Broly, Cell Max, Bojack, and Hatchiyack. Now, all of them are great options. Again, even Z Broly, because his hair is green and part of his outfit is red. So he's also a solid option as well. Me personally, I would love to see either Z Broly, because of reasons I stated earlier in the video, or Hatchiyack. Bojack, not so much. I'm not really too worried about him. And honestly, Cell Max would be a very, very hype character, but we all know why he can't be included in the game unless they find a way to make him work. If they make him work somehow and that's the unit that gets announced, I will lose my mind and I'll go crazy on that banner. But honestly speaking though, Z Broly and Hatchiyack are the 2 characters I can realistically see as of right now being that final Powerful Opponent unit we get as a part of this campaign. But that's only some of the thoughts of the community on Twitter, but I do want to ask you guys on YouTube, what are your thoughts as to who that character could potentially be? Let me know in the comment section below. With that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.